Good morning, Realtor Partners. I wanted to share with you today some value about as-is contracts. So it would seem for an as-is contract that it's a cure-all and an easy solve because it's as-is. What you need to know is that if it's not a cash transaction and you're involving a lender, you need to make sure that it's something that can pass an appraisal. There's two types of actually underwriters on a lender's file you may not be aware of. There's a underwriter that clears the income and credit. There's also a collateral underwriter under our appraisal review team to make sure the property itself is safe, habitable, and meets minimum property standards. So some examples of things that I've seen that have actually killed a deal on as-is contracts when involving a lender. Settlement issues in the basement. That's something that a structural engineer would have to come out, recommend updates or cures. The seller would have to agree to those. You can kind of see where that's going. It can really ruin or sour a deal, especially if the seller's thinking they're going to be able to sell it with no cures or updates. But a hack or a cheat code on this is if you have a home inspection first and you see or identify these things up front, we can see if we at least have a shot at negotiating remedies prior to closing. That way we can make sure that it makes it safely to the finish line. But that's the one thing I wanted you to know is that just because it's an as-is contract doesn't mean it's going to close as is. We need to make sure that it passes an appraisal inspection and meets minimum property standards. If you have questions about this and you have that home inspection, I love to offer to review a home inspection to see if there's going to be anything that might botch the deal. We like to know that going into it just to make sure that we can make it safely to closing. So that's it. I hope that adds a little bit value to your day. As always, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a phenomenal week.